Carl Williams says that he's used to beat the hell out of Tyson when Mike was still just a kid.
I went into the ring and I busted him up.
I think if they continued to bring him down here, Carl would have just totally destroyed the kid's confidence.
Well, he fought me when I was 14, 15 years old, and he couldn't kill me then. And now I'm going to make him pay for every punch.
Atlantic City, July 21st, 1989. That night, Convention Hall wasn't waiting for just another title defense. It was waiting for a reckoning. The undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, 23-year-old Iron Mike Tyson, stepped into the ring against a man who had once had the audacity to put his hands on him.
The Truth, Williams!
Carl Williams, known as The Truth, was a hard-nosed heavyweight out of New York who had spent his whole life letting his fists do the talking. He was 6 years older than Tyson, already a seasoned professional, and he had done something few could claim. He had seriously rocked a young Mike Tyson multiple times during sparring sessions at Customato's gym. And he hadn't exactly been shy about letting the world know it.
He jumped on me that particular day, gave me a bloody nose and everything. You know, I was a little, he shook me up because I was a professional with 7, 8 fights. And I was saying to myself, oh my God, I gotta let this amateur come in the gym and do this to me. So I got very angry that night. I went home and thought about it. And the very next day, I came in the gym with a different attitude towards him. I went into the ring and I busted him up.
Time, however, has a way of changing things. That raw kid from Brooklyn had grown into the most feared heavyweight on the planet, the undisputed world champion, a living legend of boxing. But that humiliating episode from his youth never stopped gnawing at Tyson. So when the fight against his old tormentor was offered to him in '89, Iron Mike didn't need a second to think it over.
Well, he fought me when I was 14, 15 years old, and he couldn't kill me then. And now I'm 5 times, 10 times the fighter now.
Go right ahead.
So, Mike, how do you feel, champion? Great. You seem to be very trim now. In fact, Carl Williams says that in the sparring session, he got the best of you. Is that true? Come on. Good luck to you, champion. Thanks, champ. Thank you, baby.
Mike, you're now training for your July 21st bout with Carl the Truth Williams. How tough a fight is that likely to be? Everybody thinks that no one can challenge Mike Tyson right now. You could take anybody out just about at any time you wanted to.
Well, I can tell you this. I can answer it like this. There's about 4.9 billion, give or take a couple of 100 million, and I could believe I could beat every one of them on this planet.
Just come to the fight. I'm sure you enjoy it. Just come. You have no strategy, nothing. Come to the fight. I'll be there. But all right. Can you give us an idea? Can you look just come. Just come. No idea.
That said, Williams was no pushover walking into this one. By July 1989, The Truth had built an imposing record of 20 wins.
You had a chance to make a lot of money with one of the champions.
14 of them by knockout, with just 2 losses, and those losses were nothing to be ashamed of. He had gone the full 15 rounds with the legendary Larry Holmes in a grueling competitive fight that announced him as a serious contender.
And here's Holmes looking for seconds, 15th and final round, and we'll go to a decision.
At 6 feet 4 inches, Williams was a physically gifted fighter whose height, footwork, and sharp technical skills made him a dangerous puzzle for any opponent.
Show you that he can make a competitive bout here.
Just like that.
But there was a crack in the foundation. Back in February 1986, he had been stopped by Mike Weaver, exposing a suspect chin and a vulnerability to left hooks that experts weren't about to let anyone forget heading into this fight.
14 to go in the round. And down goes Carl Williams.
Williams, for his part, seemed unfazed. He was convinced he was going to dismantle the Brooklyn Star.
What is it about Tyson that really concerns me, that makes me worry? I really can't think of anything offhand. I know what I'm faced with. It's not like I'm going into the ring afraid or even caring in that respect. You know, I know what I'm faced with. And I do intend and plan to lift the heavyweight championship from Mike Tyson. No man could put fear into me. You know, I'm what they call the warrior. When it's all said and done, I'll be just like this with my hands raised, and we'll have a new heavyweight champion of the world. Thank you.
Meanwhile, Tyson's own camp hadn't exactly been smooth sailing in the months leading up to this bout. In February 1989, he had struggled to put away British challenger Frank Bruno. Technically a knockout victory, but a performance that left plenty to be desired.
He knows he's in with a ball. Tyson gets nailed with a left hook. Tyson looks wobbly.
The air of invincibility around Tyson had began to crack. Whispers were spreading that the departure of his legendary trainer Kevin Rooney had broken something in him. Perhaps that's exactly why this fight felt like more than just a title defense. For Iron Mike, climbing through those ropes against Williams was a chance to send a message, loud and clear, reminding the whole world exactly who he was. And so, on that sweltering July evening, the two men finally met in the middle of the ring to settle it once and for all.
That a fighter should have who's going out to face Mike Tyson.
Indeed, Carl Williams has been floored 7 times in his career. Twice by James Quick Tillis, twice by Jesse Ferguson, 3 times by Mike Weaver, and in every instance, the decisive blow was a left hook.
Williams came out swinging from the opening seconds, fearless, almost reckless.
Are sincerely worried about what he does in the first 30 seconds against the Tyson onslaught. And it would appear that the strategy to begin with is to hold, and referee Randy Newman says, we're not going to start that way.
This is somewhat of a reunion here because both men are just throwing punches. In fact, Williams here has selected to fight Tyson inside. He claimed the other day that if Tyson throws any unnecessary punches, illegal punches, he will accommodate him and throw the same punches back.
Well, Frank Bruno felt the sting of Tyson's elbows several times, as other opponents have complained that they have felt it as well.
Because Williams' left jab is so strong, that should help him as long as he keeps that right hand up and watch Tyson's left hook, which is a powerful punch.
But Tyson was waiting for his moment. Just a few seconds was all it took. That left hook, the one Carl had no answer for back then and no answer for now, landed flush on the jaw. To everyone's surprise, he got up, but referee Richard Neumann looked into those glassy eyes and didn't like what he saw. He waved it off. The arena erupted, but not in applause. A wave of outrage rolled through the crowd. Williams and his trainer Carmine Graziano were the loudest voices in the room, calling the stoppage flat-out madness. Neumann, calm as ever, explained his reasoning. He feared a concussion. What he'd seen in Carl's eyes left him no choice.
The fight, obviously the people in and out of the ring are unhappy that the fight was stopped. Randy, why did you stop the fight?
When he got up at 8, he was wobbly. He wasn't standing up. He was leaning against the ropes. I asked him a question, a very simple question. How do you feel? Not for the answer, but to see how he responded. His eyes were blank. His expression was blank. He had no answer.
Is there any chance that he misunderstood what you wanted him to respond to?
I don't think so. Let me tell you why. He's had a lot of professional fights and a lot of amateur fights. When a fighter is knocked down, and I had 38 fights, when a fighter is knocked down, the first thing he wants to prove when he gets up to the referee is that he's in good shape. Number 1, he wasn't standing on his feet. He was leaning on the ropes. Number 2, he couldn't answer me. And number 3, his eyes were dead.
Thank you very much, Randy. And now back to
Plenty of
ringside.
people disagreed, but Williams' chances of continuing the fight, let alone winning it, were exactly 0. That night, Tyson didn't just defend his title, he settled an old score, and he did it exactly the way he always should have, fast, brutal, and without a word to spare.
Once again, Mike, the interview has to be longer than the fight. I'm sorry about that. What happened from your point of view? Did you see him really dazed?
Well, no, I noticed my trainers would tell me we were slipping and hooking. So when we slip, because usually I come in that slip and I get in there, and that's the hardest part, is getting in there, and I never threw the punch. And so we're practicing like a slip. As soon as you're in there, instantaneously, bing, throw the punch. and I did. I was successful.
What? Were you surprised that he stayed on top of you as much as he did, that he didn't try to move?
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I just knew it took it just with a matter of time. I loved it.
So you knew that as soon as he was doing that you were going to get a clean shot sooner or later.
Exactly. And my punches were accurate and pinpoint. And I knew eventually I was going to get him.
He has a reputation for getting hit with left hooks. Were you looking for that opening?
No, I was very confident. I wanted to hit him, catch him with a good right hand. Believe me, my right hand is my favorite punch, but I never catch anyone with it. You know, it's my best punch, and I always hit guys with left hook.